my crafty friends, it's Lynn from Humblebee Craft Studio, and I'm coming to you today with a fun Easter basket craft that I've had in the works for a couple of weeks. It's been driving me crazy, but there's just little pieces that I wanted to make sure that I had correct. I knew exactly what I was going to do with the basket, kind of, sort of, but there were some other things that I wanted to make sure that I was doing. So with that, here we go. So what I did was I was walking through a thrift store. I was actually looking for furniture, and I ran across this Easter basket, and I thought, okay, it's ugly, but I want it anyway because I want to do something with it. So I got my Easter basket. Then it took me forever, but I went out and I bought my carrots. So what I'm using is these Dollar Tree carrots, and there's 6 of them in a package. I started because I wanted to see if my carrots were going to be big enough. I noticed that when I used carrots from last year and carrots from this year, there's a little bit difference. I'm going to add an extra light here, if you can excuse me for a second. There we go. The sun just left the area and I'm feeling like I can't see anything. So anyway, so I started. I did have one fall off, but that's okay. So before we get started going through the whole thing, let's talk just a little bit first about the other pieces that we're going to use. So from Dollar General, I picked up some green shred, and I already had some that was natural, but I wanted to use both, so I just mixed them together in here. I have my carrots, like I told you. I have a twine that's a little bit heavier. I know you can get this at Dollar Tree. I did not. I do not recall where I got it from. And then I have an assortment of eggs, and they're kind of spotted with gold. And I don't know where I picked those up. Might have been online, might have been Dollar Tree. I don't even know. And then I have a bunny cutout. Now this bunny cutout is white when it originally comes in, and I was watching another YouTuber, and I wish I could remember who it was to give them credit, because she made chocolate bunnies, and she kept saying that it's gloss and it's chestnut gloss. So here's my chestnut gloss. And oh, thank you, whoever you are. I had chestnut gloss in my head, and actually while I was in the emergency room, my husband was getting bored, and I said, hey, why don't you run out and grab me some of that chestnut gloss? And he did. And so I finally found the size bunny I was looking for, and I'm thrilled. This is actually a Magnolia bunny cutout. If I'm remembering correctly, I'll put it in my description. These come in a set of 3, and all 3 are different. And luckily, I wanted one that was standing up like this, and there it is. I have it. So I'm super, super excited about that. So of course, I sprayed that with, actually I did 2 coats of this, which was perfect. And so let's get started. My dogs have been barking all day. Everybody is out. It's a gorgeous day, and they just want to go and play with all the dogs. They've been out a million times, and every time they get back in, here we go again. So with that, let's get going on this basket. I've got my hot glue gun. I've got this on low. Mine is a Sure Bonder, and it allows you to do high heat or low heat, and I am doing low. I am going to start with just, I go down is just with a strip of glue. And the reason I'm not using any other kind of glue with this is because this is going to be indoor decor. So I'm going to put this one back in. I'm going to flip around. This is what I am doing. I am putting carrots all around my basket. So if you can't see what I'm doing, which I hope you can, that's what I am doing. I first went around the basket. I noticed these weren't going to fit exactly where I wanted them to, and so I went around with 2 rows of jute. Backing up a second to tell you the mistake I made. The mistake I made was not painting this. I thought, oh, this has got the natural, and as I'm going through, I can see. I don't know if you can tell, but I can see through that. And I don't like that. So I honestly wish I had painted my basket, even though the handle will be covered. I am going to put another row of jute in here, but just not yet. So I'm going to continue on really quick here. If there's such thing as quick when you're crafting, I'm not sure anymore. I don't seem to be quick. I try to hurry, but I don't seem to be quick. So I'm just going around, and what I am going to tell you is that the carrots, because of their shape, don't go straight up and down. Whoa, almost dropped that one. They do not go straight up and down, so they are going at an angle, but they are all angled in the same direction as I go around here. And so we'll try to get those on as quick as we can. Now, at this point, I have used 3 of my my packs of carrots, and I'm opening my 4th. So when I forget, I hope you'll remind me how many packs this actually took for this particular basket. Depending upon the size of your basket, of course, that's going to be different. Now, if you wanted larger carrots than this, or smaller carrots than this, you may have something different that you'd like to do. Just make sure that before you upcycle your basket, one, if it has colors in it, make sure you paint it, and 2, you can see the different colors of greens here. I wish I had realized that. And I'm just going to kind of tear this down just to open up my leaves a little bit bigger. I can tell, oopsie, let's hold these on here, they're slipping. I'm letting them slip, not a good thing. You can tell they're different colors of green, but you know what? This is staying here. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and we'll keep going around. And around and around. Now, after I had decided I was going to do this, I got even more excited because I saw that Joann's had baskets similar to these, fatter carrots. I don't recall the size of the basket. And I thought, that's my idea. That's what I want to do. And I will tell you, I'm not sure anything is my original idea. I do, I watch YouTube, I go through Pinterest, I look at magazines, usually if I'm sitting in a doctor's office, because, you know, what else do you do but sit on something, or 4.5 maybe, which isn't too bad. But again, I looked for a smaller basket. I just wanted to have this as a fun display. If I were upcycling this because I wanted to have something fun for a child, I would have bought a much larger basket, because I tell you, if you're grandma like me, William's already spoiled, and grandma has all his things, and I already know his is not going to fit in here. So let's see, we are going on number 5 here, and I'm just going to take a second just to tear. It's raffia, but it's just very stiff, and it's all one. And I want mine to look messy. My messy carrots. So I think, ooh, can I get by with only 4? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I'm just going to start with those 3. I almost grabbed my heat gun instead. Who knows where I'm going. Kirk finished a beautiful piece of furniture today, which is fabulous, so that he can get that off. We live in Minnesota, and there's a shop called the Round Barn, and we do furniture for them. And we recently got a phone call saying they needed more furniture. And I don't know about you, but vintage pieces of furniture and the older vintage, not antique, vintage, that's what we like to paint. Some of the things from the 80s and even the 70s need to, I don't know, in my opinion, find a junkyard somewhere. Okay, so it took four and a half packages of my carrots here that we did. All right, so what do I want to do next before I even put that third layer on here is I'm going to take my twine, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up over the handle. Now I'm not as worried about the inside of this, and actually when I look back at this, I can't see the colors that much, but it's bothering me. Probably wouldn't bother anybody else, but me, of course. So I'm just going to start over here by my handle and put a piece of hot glue there. And I want this to kind of be hidden on the inside. So as I wrap here, as I wrap around here, it's going to get hidden by my other, I hope. Okay, it's kind of sort of. I'm going to glue that again. I'm not trusting it. But, oh, you know what it'll be hidden by? It's going to be hidden by my next row if I have enough of this. So I'm just going to, this is awkward. I'm just going to keep wrapping. Ooh, stay. And I'm just wrapping this really tight. No, I am not putting glue on every round that I go through. I will take time. Okay, let's get that, I want that snug. That's snug? Okay, we have it more snug. That is Miss Tilly, and Miss Tilly is number 1, without Mom, and number 2, she cannot go outside with Dad because he has the gate open as he's moving that piece of furniture. So she's not a happy camper. And do you know when we first got her, she never barked. Never barked. We were so worried about her. She went through some kind of trauma. We're not sure what it was, but she would not bark. And then we rescued Elsie. And Elsie is a barker. And now Tilly is a barker. So I have not 1, but 2 barkers. But rescues, you never know what you're going to get, but I tell you, I think I got the 2 sweetest babies on this planet, and I'm very happy they're part of my life. I'm going to tell you, I wish I knew how much I used. I didn't measure, which I probably should have. And you know, I'm going to put just a piece of hot glue right there, just working blind here, just to make sure that I've got that in there. I'm looking forward to as this rope gets to be not quite as abundant as it is. Besides, of course, you know, the smart thing to do would be to measure, but I don't measure anything. Well, unless I'm cooking, then I measure. Who don't measure when they're cooking. But, you know, when you're trained as a home ec teacher, and you know you're going to have to teach foods and nutrition one day, and you have to teach the kids how to measure, you measure. And it's just becoming an old habit, which should get me in the habit of measuring everything, but you know, it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to come around here, and again, I'm just going to put a little piece of glue. If I'm running out of glue, I got to grab another glue stick, but we'll do that the next time. And I am just coming around. Isn't this fun, watching me just go round and round and round? I guess I should have started this so it didn't take as long. And I'm just going to, again, and each time I'm going around here, I'm pulling really tight to make sure that this is not going to droop, that it is staying, and because I want to make sure that I have enough of this to make it all the way across my handle. Let me go around this a couple more times, and then I'm going to show you the progress that I have. And part of that will allow me to grab another glue stick here. Okay, so come on. See, my luck would be I'd cut that off, and then I'd have to make another area. Come on. Here I grab my other glue stick. Oh, Lynn. I'm going to let that go. Get my glue stick in here. Sure. Okay, we've got it. All right, I'm going to get this back to where it was, pulling tightly, and then I'm just going to put my dot of hot glue there. That was a big dot. I don't know if you caught that, but that was a big dot. And I'm just going to keep going as I'm going around and making sure that this is tight. Now, as I'm going and I am looking what I'm doing, I'm feeling better about not painting it. I have to keep telling myself that the inside of this will not be seen because I do have my Easter grass. And I felt like I got really lucky at Dollar General because they had just the perfect color of green. It's more of a lime green, a little bit more fun and springy, and it's not cellophane. I don't mind cellophane in Easter baskets. I just don't want to use it in decor, but that's just my personal preference. If you love it. Okay, we're getting a knot here, so let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to do this again, get that on there with glue, and then I'm going to stop here quick to see what's going on. Please don't, oh, you are not. Okay, let's see, we just need to make this big enough, and we can stick the rest of that through there. Oh, come on. Come on. Did I make a bigger knot? Wouldn't that be great? I love knots. I love trying to get knots out. My husband says I'm the queen of knots, and we'll find out. Is she going to have to cut it, or can she get this knot out here? I'm going to hold that a second first. I can already see where I need to go through here. You're going to hold now, stay. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. We've got stuff going on. Oh my goodness, we're making more knots of knots. All right, this one, you need to come through here. I'm going to be 90 and still getting knots out. Yes, I really am the queen of knots. I can take knots out of almost anything. Even when they're super tight and they're in pieces of jewelry and whatnot, I guess I have a gift for getting knots out. Okay, we did it. Yes, exactly what we wanted to do. Now, of course, I've made a mess of this, which is going to make it harder to work with, but we're going to make sure that goes. I'm just going to start working a little bit faster here and keep going and going. I hope you're still awake. Tell me in the comments, I'm still awake, I'm still watching. I know, it gets hard, and that's why you don't see me painting and things, because you know how to paint. And it's just so much easier just to tell you the colors of paint that I'm using. Again, I didn't realize this was going to take so long, and I wish I had been up on that because I would have gone at least halfway with this so that you could, ouch, that was my finger. That's what you want to avoid, just so you know. Whoopsie. Okay, I got to pull that down. I allowed my twine to move a little bit. It moved up on that one. So again, I'm just going really tightly around here, making sure that this is all pushed down together and that it's tight. I'm not doing hot glue at every step as I go through. Make sure my knot stays out now that my twine is getting a little bit. I love working with jute. It's just so easy. Just have to find the size you want. And I'm sorry, I do not know what size I am using. I no longer had the package. I found this cleaning out one of my storage drawers behind me, and they are clearly marked as to what everything is, and I still can't find things. But I'm okay with that. Yes, I really did hurt my finger. It hurts. But I've had worse things happen. I should have had my little finger protectors on, and I didn't. Okay, as we get up here towards the top, I'm feeling like I need to put another speck of hot glue. This time I won't go crazy with it, and I promise not to burn my finger because I'm staying far away from that, as you can see. Okay, this way, and then this way. Here, now it's going to get easier because I'm getting towards the end of the, well, not the end, but I'm getting closer to it, and so that's going to, and I knew that would make a difference. Oops, I overlapped that. Okay, keeping it tight. And don't you think this looks so much better than my thrifted? I know we're not done, but just fun, cute, little decor that you can make, you can sell, and just fun, and I was just inspired by the basket, and I had carrots, and I thought, oh, how am I going to use up all these carrots? And this was my way. Blub, blub, blub. I'm going to do that again. Can you just see it? Okay, where are we? We're this way, right? Just double checking myself here. Okay. I feel like I turned this since I turned the corner here. I'm going to go a little bit faster here. Keeping that up. See, when I go faster, that's when I tend to make mistakes because I'm in a hurry and I'm not thinking. And if I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my dogs or I'm singing. Yeah, gotta listen to that 70s soft rock and love songs, you know. Back in the day, when music was real. I know a lot of you are not going to agree with that, but that's okay. We all have our genres that we enjoy listening to. Some of the songs I have to tell her to go on to the next one because they were probably great songs in their day, and there were people that really loved them. Me, not so much. Oops, knocked that glue gun right off there again. So I know it looks like I'm not having fun wrapping this, but I really am. I do apologize for this taking so much time and having you sit here and watch me glue away at this. Keep going. Ooh, and I'm getting sloppy. There we go. But it's just such a fun little basket to make, and then just to be able to say, yep, I made that myself is always fun. My kids can't believe I can make anything. And, you know, I had that feeling for a long time, too, that I just wasn't crafty. And when I retired from teaching and I was thinking about the things that Kirk and I were doing with furniture and just thinking, oh, I want to do something more. And I wanted Humblebee Decor to truly be decor and not just furniture. And I tried my hand at a few things and really thought, oh, I'm not crafty. Found Magnolia and found that I was, but since then, there's so many new things that I've learned, and I thought, you know what, how could I ever think I wasn't crafty? I was a teacher, and, you know, in creating lesson plans and things that were fun for the kids to do, my class was a very hands-on class, which is, for me, very fun. We didn't do a lot of textbook work per se. We did, but it wasn't all hour, every hour, and we did a lot of hands-on things, and my kids loved it because that's the way they learned. And what's fun is I still get messages from kids saying, oh, I remember when you taught us how to do such and such, and I think, oh, I didn't realize I made such an impact, and it did. So we did a lot of fun things. Do I miss teaching? Absolutely. I missed my kids, but I enjoy crafting, and I enjoy showing other people how easily it is to create pieces for your home, even when you think you're not crafty. And you put your own spin on it. It's just, who are you and what are you going to do? Someone else may do a basket like this, and you know, there's probably would not look one bit like mine. And that's fine. That's crafting is you. And so if you think you can't, if you're not thinking, I'm not so crafty, you know, try some fun and easy things. Did I ever think I would be sitting here crafting in my retirement? No. Am I sitting on a rocking chair crafting? No. Do I craft in my rocking chair sometimes? Yes, I'm a grandma. You have to, right? Actually, I craft more at night when my husband and I are watching something that he's really interested in, but I'm not so interested in. And so, yeah. Hey, if he thinks I don't see him sitting on his computer, going away at whatever it is, he's probably watching YouTube. He does the same thing. But, you know, when you're enjoying somebody's company, I mean, you just do what you need to do and enjoy. So it's getting faster. See, I knew once I got that ball down, my concern here is that I'm not going to have enough to do an outer band on this, and I think I'm just going to have to be okay with that, and the next time I'm out, I'll have to pick up some thicker jute. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking I picked this up at Menards, which is a Minnesota, Wisconsin lumber yard. And yes, I have Lowe's, Home Depot, and Menards all within a mile from one another. It's the same with Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and Michael's, and I don't know, 5 or 6 Dollar Trees that are all extremely different. And I think I've told you the one closest to me is, they're still bringing out Easter decor. So I'm wondering if it'll be July before we start seeing some of their later spring, early summer. But that's okay. I have so many other ones that I can check out, and I do have 2 favorites now. So, okay, as I'm getting closer here, my greens on the top of my carrots are getting in the way. So unfortunately I have to, oh come on, hold tight. Okay, that made that less tight. Okay, I have to go this way. There we go. We got it. And I think I think I'm about an inch short of what I need to go around my basket. That final time. So I'm just going to pull this, and I'm going to go just a little bit further, and I'm going to put my, oh, come on. I'm going to put my, maybe, I'm going to put my final, I had it loosen up. I'm going to put just a dot of glue here, and then and yes, of course that dripped. And then I'm gonna cut this. Oh, come on. Doesn't want me to cut it. All right. Oh, come on. And then on this final end, I'm pulling that down to where my third, oh, got so much glue on the finger. I'm pulling that down to where my other will start, and I'm just going to glue that on there. So since I do not seam, maybe I do. I think I do. Do I have enough? Let's see. I'm just going to try to check here to see if I have enough to go around here so my basket can actually be finished. And the reason I'm doing this last piece, which was not something I had intended on doing, I'm going to be just short. Okay, I'm going to pull that off. I will go back, empty everything out of the basket. I'm doing that because it'll hide that top stripe there that I have going on, and then I'll feel happier. Oops, that one was kind of loose right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, let's get rid of this, get some glue off my fingers, and I'm just going to take my Mr. Grass and kind of pull this apart. And what I'm doing is I'm making a little indentation, like a nest, on the inside. And I'm doing that so that my chocolate bunny can stand up there. But before I do my chocolate bunny, I have to decide, boy or girl, boy or girl. We can put it up here and make a little girl. We can put it down here. Let's see where I think it's going to sit. I think it's actually going to do better to put a little bow up on the ears. And so I'm just going to put just a dot of my hot glue on that. And see if I can set that aside. And we're going to take, and let's put it right between her little ears. Come on. Okay, so we're going to put, I actually think I pushed this down a little bit more than I wanted to, but I want her, you know, maybe if I have her lean a little bit. I'm going to try to do this looking at you. I'm going to have to figure out my bunny. Maybe my eggs will help her. So I just have these little gold speckled, actually I have different kinds of eggs in here, and those are too big. I don't want the big eggs. Oh, here they come. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put, oh, you need to go all over the place, not, they're all falling down into my nest. Okay, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to try that again, because I think what I did is I got carried away. And I pushed down my grass a little bit more than I really wanted to. So let's do our eggs first. We'll get some eggs in there. I love the blue ones because they remind me of robin's eggs. And I just have to watch. I've got another big one in there. Got some purple. That's from a different set. That one's from a different set. Look at those. Now, if I have too many eggs in here, I can always take them. I can take them out, But I just want to make sure. I'm going to turn my bunny my way and see if I can't. There we go. And I am going to add just a couple more eggs here in the front. Now, if I were going to give this to William, these eggs would turn into real chocolate eggs. But, like I said, nothing else that I have for him would fit in this basket. And there we go. We have our chocolate bunny. Again, thank you. I am going to have to, I think she's going to have to be glued to this grass. Let's try that. Let's go across this bottom. I'm just going to put some glue there. Get my strings going. Oh, my babies need to be quieter. It helps. So there we go. We have our little bunny basket. And again, thank you, whichever YouTube DIYer it was that said chestnut, gloss chestnut, because I got my bunny. And believe me, this basket sat for several weeks because I knew what I wanted to do with the basket. I did not know what I was going to do about a bunny and eggs. And so I am just thrilled. Holding this a little bit more, I think I'm going to have to put some support behind it. But how fun is that? Just the cutest. I'm loving it. I think she's adorable. So with that, oh, I'm so excited to take this upstairs. Anyway, with that, happy crafting. I don't know what you can see behind me, but I've got several crafts lined up to do lives, and I cannot wait until I can share those with you. So until then, happy crafting, and remember, if you like what you see, like or follow or even subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll see you next time. Bye, and happy crafting.